Everyone, thanks for tuning in for another video. Today I'm going to give you guys my final insights and thoughts on the 2023 Shimano Vanquish. Everyone, thanks for joining me for the tabletop view here. We're going to give you guys my final impressions and thoughts about the 2023 Vanquish. And if you guys are wanting to see the unboxing video, my first impressions, that's going to be a totally different video. I actually have that up already. It is on my channel. I'll include a link here somewhere and also in the description. So if you guys want to see the full unboxing of the Vanquish, go ahead and you can definitely find that video there. But you know, Shimano has been creating a lot of really top tier quality reels for many years, and also other products too, like rods. But I would say they're primarily known for their reels, and they continue to innovate and add all types of new technology into their spinning and baitcast reels. And this is no different. This is the 2023 Vanquish, as I've talked about. I've had this reel for over a year. I've been able to get it on the water many times. This is my go-to spinning reel that I've been fishing with this year. And I'm going to give you guys my final impressions on it and what I think and if this is a good purchase or not. But let's start off with the fit and finish because I think that's important. It is basically like a black color finish. Kind of looks like a really dark charcoal, light black color. And it's mostly silver too as well. So it's got the silver accents. It's got the silver, on the spool itself, and the 3000 size, because this is a 3000. It comes with the T-paddle. So standard from Shimano here, nothing spectacular. But I actually like the T-paddles just because I have bigger hands, so it's easy for me to grab. And it has the stamp there for the specific model, and then it has the stamp on the other side for the Vanquish. So that's kind of the fit and finish on it. The most important thing, though, is the performance. So let's kind of talk about that. Let's talk about some of the technology that Shimano has really put into this reel, because this reel pretty much has almost everything. It's a very lightweight reel. It is made out of like a magnesium frame, and the magnesium frame gives it a really durable and a very lightweight reel, and I think this is the highlight of the reel is the weight of it, and what that does, I feel like what the magnesium does is it also not only does it make it light, but transfers a lot of what you feel into your hands, and I think that's important. A lot of fishermen these days, including myself, I like to feel what's out there. I like to feel every single thing. I like to feel every rock, every weed, and I think this being the light as it is and made out of the material that it is, I can kind of get that transfer of what I'm feeling from my hand, the rod, all the way to the line, from the bottom. I kind of want to be able to feel what's down there, and I think this reel does a really good job at it because of what it's made out of and how light this reel is, and so you get a really good transfer into your hand. The other nice thing about this is that it does offer the Shimano micro module gear system. Really smooth, and it gives you a lot of power, so that's something that you really notice out of this reel. And it has the Hagani gears, which is incredibly durable, and it is also saltwater safe for anybody who is fishing in the coast or any kind of saltwater application. This is definitely saltwater safe. But one of the other standout features about this reel is the infinity drive. That just basically allows you to have more torque and more winding power when you're reeling this in to land bigger fish. That infinity drive really does a really good job in this reel, particularly. But one of the things that I love the most about it is its drag. It is so smooth. The drag. If you guys have seen some of my other videos, my North Dakota videos, this is my primary reel in actually all three videos, because I took it on 2 trips. But this drag is so incredibly smooth. It doesn't sound any different than any other Shimano reel, but just how smooth it is every single time. And I've never had the reel slip, the drag. I never had the drag slip once. And this reel we're going to talk a little about. I'm jumping the gun here, but it's got a ton of fish caught in this darn thing, and but we'll get into that in a little minute here. But let's talk some numbers here because I think that's important when it comes to weight. This is, and like as I said earlier, one of the biggest things that Shimano talks about this reel is how light it is. This reel, particular 3000 size, the 3000 XG, comes in at a whopping 5.9 ounces only. That's incredible. That is crazy. This is Shimano's lightest reel ever made, and this is arguably one of the, if not the lightest reel on the market right now. The Daiwa Exist, when they came out with the Exist, that was their lightest reel to the market. I have to double check to see what the Arity is now, the newest Arity. But the Exist was at 6.5 ounces, and that was super light, and that was Daiwa's lightest reel to the market. And Shimano just said, hey guys, move over. I got a lighter reel here at a really good performance package. So Shimano did an excellent job by making this reel light, and it just speaks volumes because the Stella is obviously heavier than the Vanquish. And I honestly, think that with this being lighter and it offers the same performance, if not a little bit better, it's blowing the Stella out of the water. And I've had the Stella before too as well. I'm not saying the Stella is not a good reel, but this is basically, it does what the Stella does at a lower price point and at a lighter package. And for anyone who's wondering how to purchase this is a JDM reel, and you can get this reel on some of the other websites. I've purchased mine on, I believe it was Asian Fishing Portal at the time, or Digitaka. To be honest, I don't remember. I've used both. But you can buy with confidence in knowing that you're going to get your product within literally like 3 business days. That's how fast that the shipping can get to your door. But yeah, I bought it off of one of those websites, and it came within 3 days. Free shipping too as well, and they send you tracking information right away. So don't be afraid to buy those reels from those websites. The only unfortunate part is that because this is a JDM reel, it is not serviceable in the United States. So basically what I'm saying is that if you took it to Shimano and said, hey Shimano, I need you to clean it or something's wrong with it, Shimano USA would not be able to help you with it, unfortunately, because it's not a US product, it's not a JDM product. You're kind of SOL. So that's kind of the only gamble that you have with it. That's the only risk you have to take with it. And to be honest, if that's the risk I'm taking, Shimano is very reputable. They create really good products. I'm buying it. I don't really mind too much. I've never had a problem with any Shimano reel, I should say, or Daiwa reel, to be honest, in all my like 20 years of fishing. So I've never had a problem with having to have any kind of issues or warranty or whatever, etc. But this reel actually comes in 15 different models. I think that's insane. So this reel has any kind of gear ratio you could think of, any kind of size you could think about. And it's got 15 different models, and that's something that's incredible. I've probably never seen that before. I think I've seen it in other reels, maybe even like the Stratix in the past, or something with like, just kind of more lower mid-tier, but I've never seen that with such a high-end reel like this. The Vanquish is really one of the highest models that Shimano offers, and to have 15 different variations is just crazy. So it's really cool because if you're like, hey, I need a reel for this or I need a reel for that, basically Shimano has you covered. So that's something that's really, really awesome about this particular model here, is that again there's 15 different variations of configuring from different sizes to gear ratios, etc. Line capacity. Let's talk about that really quickly. Line capacity on this is actually pretty good. You can get 170 yards at 8-pound test, and I have 20-pound braid on here with 8-pound leader for the most part, and so I'm able to get really, really good line capacity on it. For those Daiwa guys or people who fish Daiwa, Daiwa offers a little bit more line capacity, but that's not to say that you're not going to get the performance you need out of it. You will, so you have really good performance out of this, no problem. The line that I have on it actually is Seaguar Smackdown braid. This is the stealth gray, and it doesn't really look gray right now, just because it's a little dirty, because I was fishing a lot of algae recently, and so it's got a lot of green algae in there. But I really like Smackdown braid. I used to really love 832 Seaguar. 832 Suffix, and I've I'm switching. There's nothing wrong with 832, suffix, but to be honest, the braid here is just smoother. Yes, it is more expensive, but it's a lot smoother and it's a lot more pliable, which I really like. And so I'm really switching all my spinning setups next year to Seaguar Smackdown braid. I actually have the new Van Ford in the Seaguar Smackdown braid, and I really like it on there too as well. So for anybody who's asking what line I'm running now, it's going to be Seaguar Smackdown braid. As I talked about, this is a saltwater reel safe. Did that make sense? This is a reel that is safe for saltwaters. Sorry, that's better. So if you guys are fishing on the coast and you're looking to use it for saltwater applications, it is definitely safe. Gosh, just that drag. So it is safe. Overall, my impressions on it, I really like this reel. I am thinking that there is no reason for me to buy a Stella. There's no reason for me to have a Stella when I can get the performance at a lighter package. And I know I'll talk about the lightness of the reel and why it's important, but I think it's important because when you're pairing this up with their high-end rod, a lot of high-end rods right now are very lightweight. So if you have a heavy reel that's on a light rod, it's not going to balance very well. It's going to be kind of weird. You're going to get a lot of weight in the handle, and it's just not going to balance well. But because this is so light, I feel like this is, as long as the rod is somewhat balanced already, this just kind of just adds a little bit more to it, and it just balances so well with all the rods that I've had it. And I've had it on the Orochi Double X's. I've had it on the Orochi X10s. I've had it on the X Prize, of course. You see me fish that a lot in my North Dakota videos. I've had it in a couple St. Croix too as well. And then there's another reel that I can't think about too right now that I've had. But I've had it on those reels. I've had it on those rods, and it balances on every single one of those. And so it's a very easy reel to just kind of balance. And especially when you're fishing all day, I think it's important when you're fishing all day and you're like, trying to, stay as in the game as you possibly can, because I've fished those tournaments in the past and I know how fatiguing it can be. This balances really well, and you're not, to be honest, you don't feel this in your hand. I was in North Dakota and I took this reel for 2 trips. I had no issues. Like I held this reel and rod combo for literally 14, 15, 16 hour days. Obviously a couple breaks in between, but ultimately, no fatigue in the hand, no fatigue in the wrist. I was able to feel very comfortable with this and the X Pride paired up all week for those trips that I did have it. So something to really consider and think about. And speaking of which, North Dakota, if you guys are new to it, there's a lot of rocks, and that's really where you're fishing, is just a bunch of rocks. And I beat the crap out of this reel. I've laid it down on a bunch of rocks. I've tossed it. It's rained on me with it, and you can tell it's just in immaculate condition. So overall, the finish and the fit on it is just really good. It's super durable. Those rocks are super. They're gonna really eat up the paint too, but there really is hardly any detection of any kind of paint chipping or any issues at all in the reel itself. Yeah, a couple marks there because it's dirty on the chrome there, the silver part, but it is just in really good condition. I'm really surprised to get the MGL stamp there, but yeah, I've really beat this rod. I've really beat this reel and rod combo, and I've tossed this thing. It's rained on me several times. I've never lubed it up. I've never added any oil, any grease at all anywhere. I've never taken it apart. This spool has never come off. It's been on, and so I think that really says something about it, and that's kind of what you pay for, to be honest. And that's why for people who are serious about fishing and who really want to take the next step, that's really what you pay for. When you buy these expensive reels, you get the longevity, you get the durability, you get the quality, you get better parts, better builds out of these reels. And I'm not saying that the mid tiers are not good reels; they definitely are, but you just get a little bit more with some of these higher end reels like the Vanquish, the Stellas, and so on and so forth. So my personal honest opinion, I think this is the best reel on the market. This is the best spinning reel on the market that you can buy. I think it's better than the Stella. It's lighter. It can do the same thing, if not more, than the Stella. I have fished the Arides in the past, the Luvias's in the past. I think this is the reel to have. And if you haven't fished it yet, I suggest you try it, pick one up. You will probably thank me later, at least I hope you would, because of just how smooth and durable, and again, just how sweet this reel is too. And it looks awesome. I really like the look on it. So, but overall, guys, I really enjoy this reel. If you guys have any questions about the Vanquish, let me know. Be happy to answer any kind of questions you have. If you're thinking about pulling the trigger on one, I would suggest you to do so. There's, because this reel has been out for over a year, it's available on the aftermarket, and it's also available new, and so it can be found pretty much anywhere on the internet. If you go to Asian Fishing Portal or Digitaka, it's definitely available. Yeah, I really enjoy this reel itself. If you guys want to see a lot of fish catching with it or in action, check out my North Dakota videos. Both of my North Dakota videos this year, you can see this reel, just take it pounding. And like I said, I've actually caught over 500 fish with this. Personally, probably like 300 white bass and 200 other species, walleyes, northerns, even some crappies, bluegills with it too as well. So, yeah, overall, this is probably my favorite reel in my arsenal right now. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go ahead and drop a comment, or if you guys have any questions about it. And we'll see you guys on the next video.